Process of organizing. The process of organizing is a steps that involves how to conclude or how to start a plan of action to achieve organizational goals. So when we are observe this process of organizing, it involves 4 steps. Step number 1, identification of activities. Step number 2, grouping of activities. Step number 3, delegation of authority. Step number 4, assignment of duties. So students, when you are learning about the process of organizing, you have to stress these 4 points because these 4 steps are very important for deciding what is organization is. So organization is definitely it involves identification of activities, grouping of activities, delegation of authority, and assignment of duties. So when we are studying these 4 points, you have to remember each and every point in detail, and we are going to touch these points in detail with slides. Okay, ma'am? Yes. Now in the slides you can see very clearly that the steps involved in process of organizing. Steps involved in the process of organizing. As we all know that organizing is a secondary function of management and the primary function of management is planning. When we plan for at present, for future and considering the past. Is it not? So whatever we planned, those plans should be in an organized manner. They should be arranged in a chronological order. They should make in that process that organization can achieve its goal without any interruption, without any break, and without any disturbance. So let us observe the steps that involve in the process of organizing. The first step in the process of organizing is division of work. Division of work. Yeah, organization has decided the plans, they made the policies, they have done the programs, just implementation is left. And to do the implementation of those plans, what we need? We need planning. And to do, we need organizing. And when we are organizing those plans, definitely work should be divided among different kind of persons who are capable, who have skill, who have qualification. Along with all these, definitely a person need experience. So work will be divided among number of departments with the specialized people who have the caliber to complete the task without any disturbance and in a required time. So first step involved in the process of organizing is division of work. Second step after division of work is grouping of job into departmentalization. Grouping of job into departmentation. So if we observe in an organization, we can see different kind of departments as like sales department, production department, next purchase department, we'll have advertising department, we have human resource department, we have research and development department, we have packing department, we have processing department, what not. You can see different kinds of department, and all these departments should be grouped as a job so that the division of work step will be fulfilled. So first division of work is the first step, and after division of work, definitely grouping of job into departmentation is required. Next one, assigning duties. Assigning duties. So once the work is aggregated, work is sorted, work is divided, then definitely one should given such kind of job, such kind of duty who are capable to complete the work without any sort of lacking. So assignment of duties will indicate that yeah, so called person is eligible, so called person is suitable, so called person can do it in perfect manner. So assigning of duty is essential, and when work is assigned, definitely that person should feel that I am responsible for it. That follows the next step. Observe the fourth step in the process of organizing is establishing authority and responsibility. See students, this point is very essential, that is about authority and responsibility. Capture this point. Authority and responsibility are the two sides of coin. If any one of the side of the coin is missing, that definitely indicate that the coin has no value. So authority and responsibility are the 2 points and 2 sides of the coin where a work can be done in a perfect manner and in a proper manner, so that no one can say that I could not. So here in this point, authority, leading, authority, managing, authority, capacity, authority, ultimately performance. So authority is having such kind of a sound. You can observe that authority means a sort of directing, a sort of controlling, a sort of leading. If these 3 points are there, is it called as authority? No. Authority always follows with responsibility. Authority always follows with responsibility. Where a person is ready to handle the task with response, that person is eligible for complete the task of work without any thing. So authority and responsibility are the 2 pillars required for a proper organizing. So organizing involves authority along with responsibility. Okay, ma'am. So fifth step in the process of organizing is, that is about delegation of authority. Keeping authority in one person hand is not correct, is not accurate. Authority should be scattered, authority should be divided, and authority should be given to all. In a case, if authority is levied in the hands of one person or few people, it creates imbalance in the organization. It creates imbalance in the organization. Always leader feel that I am the leader, why should I work? And remaining people who are below the manager or supervisor, they have to work, and they feel that why should we listen to them? So it creates mess in the organization. It creates disturbances in the organization. So a work and authority should be divided, and it should be given to a number of people, so that work will complete with a calm and pleasant manner. Everyone will ready to take the responsibility when an authority is given. So authority should be delegated, should be given to more number of people. Next one, after delegation of authority, we have effective communication. Effective communication. See, wherever we are, whatever we do, whenever we do, however we do, definitely that leads to, and that is very important for completion of task within a stipulated. And this will be possible only when we have a proper communication channel. Only a proper communication channel. Communication is very essential. It's very important also. What we communicated, that should be understood by others in the similar manner. If I said something and if you understood in different angle, is it any value? What I am communicating, that should reach you in the same manner, then my communication has a value. So in an organization, all the members in the organization, they should feel that they should understand what the management is saying, what the people are communicating, and how they are communicating. That is very important. And the communication should be either they may be in their own language, or it may be with the medium of other language, or maybe with signs and gestures, but everyone should communicate with proper way. Okay, so communication plays a vital role in an organization to achieve the organizational objectives. Okay, ma'am? Yes. Next and last and final step in the process of organizing is coordination of activities. Coordination, yes, it's very required. It's very much required in an organization. That is coordination among people in the organization. Coordination is important. What I am doing, what you are doing, how we are doing, how I am doing. Coordination. Yeah, you do that, I'll do this. Let's complete the task. That is called coordination, and it is very essential in an organization that they should complete the task or work without any sort of delay. So, students, let's observe the steps involved in the process of communication. First one, division of work. Next one, grouping of jobs into departments. Third one, assigning duties. Fourth one, establishing authority and responsibility. Fifth one, delegation of authority. Sixth one, effective communication. And seventh one, coordination of activities. Okay, ma'am? This is about steps. Next, move to the process of organizing. As we have seen in the earlier slide, we observe that there are four processes are there in the organizing structure. So the first one is identification of activities. The first process is identification of activities. It's the first and primary step. First step is to determine the task that must be performed to achieve the established objectives. Objectives and jobs are building blocks of any organization. The activities to be performed depend upon the objectives, nature, and size of enterprise. So first of all, an organization or an institution or a firm has to decide what they want to perform, what they want to do. They are called as objectives. They are called as objectives. And once the objectives are sorted, then they have to decide for what to do next. Activities and jobs are building blocks of any organization, and those activities that are to be performed are 100% dependent on the objectives, nature, and size of the enterprise. Next one, grouping of activities. So we decided what are our organizational activities. Now we have to group them based on different needs and necessities. So the various activities are grouped into departments or divisions according to similarity and common purpose. Such grouping is necessary for the purpose of specialization, coordination, and control. It may be grouped on various bases, that is, functions, products, territories, customers, etc., depending on requirements. So, whatever activities we take, whatever decisions are taken by the management, they all should be sorted, they all should be grouped so that they can achieve the common objectives of an organization. And how these objectives can be achieved? To achieve them, we need coordination, specialization of people, coordination among the people, and control of subordinates in an organization. So, this depends upon mostly the functions of the organization, what the product they want to produce, territories and which ground they are, in which zone they are, next customer satisfaction, customer needs, etc. Third process of organizing is assignment of duties. First one, we have to find out the objectives or activities. Next one, we have to group the activities. Third one, assignment of duties. Assignment of duties. So, grouping of activities or departments are then allowed to different positions. Every position is occupied by an individual best suited for it.
The assignments of activities create responsibility and ensures certainty of work performance. The processes should be carried down to the lowest levels. The activity should be carried out to the lowest levels. It is basically done to avoid duplication of work and overlapping of effort. So, while assigning the duties, an organizer has to think, a supervisor has to think whether the person is capable to complete the task of work, whether the work is eligible for the so-called person or not, whether the place of work is accurate or not, whether the time of the work that what they want to complete, is it the sufficient or required time is given or not. So, assignment of duties are always dependent on all such points. So, when assigning the work, a person or an organization should think their activities are fulfilled in a proper way or not. Okay, ma'am? So, next and the last and final process in the organization is delegation of authority. So, delegation means spreading the authority among number of people. I am leader, you are leader, they are leader. I am subordinate, you are subordinate, they are subordinate. So, authority never be in the hands of one hand. If authority is in one person's hand, definitely it leads to domination, it leads to criticism, and it leads to diversification of work. So, authority should never be in one person's hand. If it is one person's hand, it leads to criticism. Okay, so just check this point about the delegation of authority. Every individual is given the authority required to carry out the responsibility assigned to him. A chain of command is created through successive delegation of authority. Different positions are linked vertically and horizontally by establishing formal authority. Every individual must know to whom he is accountable and who are his subordinates. As we discussed in the earlier 14 principles of management given by Henry Fayol, there we observed unity of command. The same point is called as delegation of authority also. Unity of command means one subordinate should receive one order from one superior, or one superior should delegate their responsibility to their number of subordinates, but number of superiors should not give commands to one subordinates, where that indicates that number of leaders, if they give number of ideas to a subordinate, can he remember and can he complete the task of work? He could not. So that's why delegation of authority should be come from one authority to subordinate, but not number of leaders. Okay, this is about process of organizing. Okay, students, we'll meet with another topic in another video. Take care.